on top of the list for one of the most epic and best places that we've ever visited.
So far.
So far.
I was like, I don't want to go.
Like when you're coming from the States, realizing how another country has been there for so many years and the infrastructure that they have.
Number four. Number four. I forgot. We're going to give you the points. Top five destinations that we love to travel to with our family.
At this time.
This was actually a request of one of our viewers, so we listened to you guys.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, so number one.
Wait. Spoiler alert.
What?
Spoiler alert. Orlando, Florida, you didn't make the cut. Just saying. So if you think you know, you don't know.
You don't know. So let's get into it.
Number 5, I'm going to go with Cancun. All right.
Mexico.
So Cancun. Cancun is fun and it's close to the U.S. So it's just easy. Hop on a flight. That's why I love it. Also, the beaches are really good. We like to stay at the Western Laguna Mar when we go there. We are not sponsored, but we do like the Western Laguna Mar.
Yeah.
The reason we like it is it's close proximity to the mall, strip mall. They have like this little outdoor area across the street where it has a lot of activities, a lot of shops and restaurants. So there's always something to do.
Yes.
We also like going to Xcaret when we're there. So that's kind of fun for the kids. Swim with dolphins, kind of like an outdoor water area. You go swim under the caves and stuff like that. So we love Xcaret. Also, the buses are easy. Transportation. When we go to places, we like to do what transportation is easy, where we don't have to rent
it's nice
a car.
And convenient. Yeah.
So the transportation, you can get on a bus, and everything is like this one big loop. So it's really hard to get lost. So transportation, yes, somewhat.
It's somewhat.
Yeah,
and we're talking about the family Cancun. We're not talking about party Cancun.
Yeah, we're not talking about like nightlife Cancun.
We're talking about for families.
Yeah, but all these places that we do recommend this just couples, single people,
couples could do it.
Anybody can go do it.
Oh, yeah.
But you could just live it on another level.
That's the other reason why I like Cancun too. The food is really, really good.
Yes, the food is really good.
That's where you get some really good, authentic Mexican food, the seafood.
Chef's kiss.
Remember the restaurant that we found that was just a bus ride going towards the hotel district, a little bit closer towards the airport?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then we had to pull off, and then we had to walk down some steps, and it was like on the beach, but it wasn't on the beach.
Water, and then you could eat. And the girls and I, we did a girls trip when we went to that restaurant. It was really good. So really also good girls trip.
There we go. All right.
All right.
So number 2, what you got for number 2?
No, we going backwards. That was number 5.
Oh, my bad.
Gosh.
Man.
Pay attention,
Not
bro.
following directions.
Number 4. Number 4. I forgot. St. Martin.
How would you forget?
My bad. All right, number 4 is going to be St. Martin.
Yes.
The reason we love St. Martin now, over the summertime, we went for about 11 days. You had a work trip there.
Hold on. Just the mic is like right here in your neck. There we go. All right, let's start over. Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
All right, coming in number 4. I'm going to have to say St. Martin.
St. Martin.
So over the summertime, we spent about 11 days in St. Martin, and we absolutely had a ball.
Yeah, we did.
So some of the things that why we like St. Martin. Okay, the beaches are absolutely beautiful. Food, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, but the activities that they have there to do for families, kids, couples, whatever. We went horseback riding. We did ATVs. We went to the French and the Dutch side. We were able to go to St. Bart's when we went there.
Oh,
so
yeah,
St. Bart's.
That's why I like St. Bart's. I know you're not a fan of St. Bart's too much, but there's a ferry ride that heads over to St. Bart's, and it's not so expensive. I know we didn't take the
ferry
kids
was
this
really
time.
cheap.
But again, St. Bart's is like, this ultra exclusive island out there, and a lot of celebrities are there. I would tell you that St. Bart's is extremely expensive.
It's expensive.
What
and
I love
it was very snooty.
Yeah, it was very snooty. But I didn't like that part. I do like
the
part
where the beach was the best beach I've ever. The water was calm, and it was like being in bath water.
Yeah, it was.
Like you can just walk out. There was no waves. It was just very calm, and the sand was so beautiful. But the food, we got a sandwich, and I think we spent like $45.
$45 in the saying. I think we paid like $10 for a bottle of water.
Yeah. Maybe $20.
And
I had my own bottle of water,
and
I tried to bring. She's like, nope.
You
can't drink that in
into
here.
a restaurant.
You have to buy their water. I was like,
no.
Okay.
It's like,
my bad.
Wow. Yeah,
So,
so it's
but
kind of one of the things,
the
but we go
ferry
for the
ride
beach.
over there is no
Yeah,
joke.
it's no joke. Yeah, so
You
I think you go
will.
through all the rough water to get the calm water because again, if you just go for the beach, go for the beach.
The water
But the water was
was
something else.
like I was so sick on that boat ride.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, some of the other activities we did was
The
the
rhino boats.
rhino boats. That
Yeah,
was so
that
much
was fun.
fun because the kids got to drive their own
Hmm.
speedboats. That was fun.
Yeah.
Horseback riding. There's so many activities to do. I will say don't stack your activities back to back
No, not
because then
there.
you're gonna lose interest and everything. Like we did every other day.
Hmm.
But to get around, you could take like what's called like the dollar van.
Oh
Back in the day in
yeah.
New York,
Uh-huh.
they have those easy transportation around the island. People are very friendly. The food was great.
Hmm.
Um, and just pick a really good resort. The resort
Yeah.
we stayed in, it was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't
But it was one of the only
all inclusive
all-inclusive resorts
resorts.
on the
Yeah.
island. So when you look at it that way, you have to
Yeah.
like kind of
I just
take
wish
the.
they had a better area for families and kids.
Yes, I agree.
Because
I
we
agree.
stayed in the family area, but then it was like a Luke party. If
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was.
back in the day, it was like that. And so for kids, you're like,
Like what is happening
let's
right
go over here.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'll try to do is make sure I link the video that we've already done on St. Martin. At this point, will it be? I don't know where it's going to be. A link.
Somewhere.
We'll put a link in here so you guys can actually check it out. Because again, I don't want you guys to see our perspective on St. Martin, but all the things that we did do, it was actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
a lot of fun.
Lot
All
of
right, number 3.
Three,
Our
tres.
favorite thing to do, especially for a family that doesn't really, we don't have a lot of people to watch our kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get to take vacations together ever. I don't think we went to New York like in December, just us.
Yeah,
First time.
in
So
a long
anyway,
time.
in a long time.
We're working on
But
that.
what we like to do is we love to go on cruising.
Wait, cruise number one?
No, it's not number 1. But we love to go on a. It might be your number 1, but it ain't my number 1. Bring it
It's
back.
clearly we didn't deliberate on
Yeah,
this.
we didn't have a discussion. It was from this little point. Okay, but anyway,
just
the
joking.
reason we love cruising, especially for spring break,
Yep.
that is the time. We don't really cruise any other time but spring break. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason we do it is because everything around spring break is crazy
Super
expensive.
expensive, yeah.
To get a hotel anywhere, it's expensive. So if you plan a cruise, I would say at least give yourself 6 to 8 months in advance to book that cruise, pay it off over time. It will be, that's a little tip right there. But for us, cruising is great because it gives us a chance to figure out which islands we like
Yeah.
without having to fly to each island. And then that's the way we plan our next vacation. That's how what happened with St. Martin. Our first cruise we went on our honeymoon, we went to St. Martin and we were like, oh my God, we love it.
Yeah.
Let's go back. And then we continue to go back over time after that because we just fell in love with St. Martin from cruising.
Yeah, we went to St. Martin. Now that I think about it, oh my God, almost like 5 or 6 times. Because
Yeah.
so we went to St. Martin on our honeymoon cruise.
Then we went back for a
and
whole
we stayed
week.
for a whole week, and we
And
did
then
the
we
whole
went back
island.
on another
And then we
cruise.
went back on another cruise.
And then another cruise. And then we went back again just to stay.
And just
and
stay.
then we went back again to stay.
Yeah. So God, that's
Yeah,
7
we really like
times.
St. Martin.
Man,
It's just easy and the
It
people are
is.
so lovely.
They are.
Again, with cruising, the kids absolutely love it.
Yeah.
They love going to the kids. Our kids love going to the kids club. We know there's a lot of kids who don't, but it's all about what cruise ship you pick.
Yeah.
So we have 2 cruise ships that we really love for families that are just more family friendly, I want to say.
Yeah.
The top one for us is going to be Royal Caribbean. We are
Royal
not
Caribbean.
sponsored Royal Caribbean,
Yeah,
but
but we love you cruises.
we love your
it.
cruises. The reason we like them is because bang for your buck, you can't beat it.
No.
As far as you get so many activities on board. You have the rock walls, you have flow riding, you have zip lining, you
Bumper
have
cars.
bumper cars, you name it, they have it. So what happens with our kids on some cruises is just the kids clubs and then there's nothing else to do. With this one, there's always something to do. The shows are really good. The
Yeah.
food, it's cruise food. But
But
you could
no, I
go to
still
the
like the
yeah,
food,
the
though.
food is good. If you go
Yeah.
to some other restaurants on board, but then their private island.
Yeah.
I love Royal Caribbean's private island.
Mm-hmm.
And top 10. It's like going, like you described it, like going to
Oh yeah, so like
Disney and
versus
Universal.
Studios in Florida, where you have the rides and the attractions and the
Mm-hmm.
thrills. And Disney, okay, we love Disney, But if you're looking for thrill rides, that's where you go. You
Yeah,
got the
because they have
Universal,
like
you know?
all these big slides. So
Hmm.
not only do the kids love it, we love it
We
too.
love it too,
Like
yeah.
it's so much fun. And then you have just if you want to relax on the beach, so it's nice.
Hmm.
The other cruise that we did take our kids on, we took them on the Disney cruise
Yep.
first.
Those first.
We wanted them to have that experience. You know how like sometimes you do something, but you see something over there and you're like, oh, I wish I could have did that first, or I wish I could
Hmm.
do that. We never wanted them to have that experience about cruising. We
Yeah.
wanted them to see, okay, let's go on the Disney cruise because we thought that was our first family cruise and
Hmm.
we were sold.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, we're going to do this.
It was
Disney cruise
easy.
it.
It was
This well,
easy.
no, when
Yeah.
we did the Disney cruise, we were
That's what I'm
like,
saying. It was so easy.
it
Like,
was
let's
easy. The
go.
kids had a great time.
Uh-huh.
Kids Club was great. And we pulled up. I remember we were in port somewhere. And
Yeah.
I think it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
And we
Uh-huh.
pulled up and we were all like, Disney, 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 yes. And then there was a Royal Caribbean cruise
And we were
ship that
like,
pulled up next to us. And it was massive. And it had
massive,
all
yeah.
these rock walls and it had everything. And we're looking at how much we paid for the Disney cruise versus how much we could pay for that Royal Caribbean cruise
Hmm.
and all that it had to offer. And
Hmm.
if we were being honest with ourselves, we as adults didn't really have that great of an experience on Disney
Yeah,
cruise.
it
We were
was
like,
okay. I
it was
mean, we're Disney
okay.
lovers, but it was like, okay, it's stuff for the kids to
It's
do,
due, but
but
it
then,
wasn't. We didn't like with the shows. Hands down, Disney,
yeah,
you won.
yeah,
Show's great.
they went all
But
day.
other than that, we as a couple, like, there was other things we want to do, and we really didn't find the activities for us to do when the kids were in the kids club. We
Hmm.
were really bored at times. We were like,
Yeah. Like,
okay, the
ew.
kids had a great time, and then we gave them the next year we were supposed to go back on another Disney cruise. COVID hit, we
Hmm.
couldn't, and then we booked a Royal Caribbean cruise just because I was like, let's just try it, let's see
Hmm.
what it's like, and from there we fell in love. We asked our kids for the third cruise, we gave them the choice: do you want to go on Royal Caribbean or do you want to go in Disney? And hands down, they were like Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, yeah. Royal
So it
Caribbean
gives
did.
us the experience of being able to have some time together, great time to just enjoy each other's company as a family.
Hmm.
And then it gives us ideas of what islands we want to go back to as a family.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't
Number
wait. Well, hold on. The
oh,
cruise. Don't forget, we went to Puerto Rico. We've
yeah,
been
we've
some
been
places.
so many
Yeah.
islands and we just had a great time. We go off the beaten path sometimes.
Hmm.
We just have fun. We book our excursions with the kids. We'll book them through the cruise ship. If it's just the two of us, we'll just go off the boat
Kind of
and
get
do
out.
things.
Pro tip on that too is it for the excursions. Make sure you kind of book it in advance. So if you book your cruise in advance, just look for the ones that go on sale and catch those sales. Catch
Yeah,
those
and
sales. Catch those sales. Yeah.
I will say for me, I don't like Royal Caribbean's older ships. I will say that. I like the
No,
newer
we
ones.
don't. We
We
don't.
don't.
Yeah.
I feel like once you've been on a new one, you don't want to go back to the
No.
old ones because you feel like you're missing out.
Yep.
We went on one that was supposed to be refurbished and stuff like that, and I was like, this ain't it.
Like, what
Mm-mm.
y'all
I
doing?
was so mad because we had went on a new one the year before,
Oh yeah.
and we
Yeah.
went on this one. And I was like, it's big, but
But
it's okay.
but
It
it's
ain't the
not
new
it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me and our family, I know, and even the kids were like,
Like, wait, where's
"Where's this?
yeah.
Where's that?" Even though it was one of the mega big ones that they
Hmm.
have, and they had all the amenities and had the shows and the zip lining and everything that you want, but the rooms just weren't
Yeah.
the same.
It
Once you
wasn't
went to
them.
the new one, you just like,
Like, no thanks.
I want that one. So yeah,
Yeah.
I will say with cruising, another tip is you can always go back once you book your excursions, constantly check back in
Hmm.
to make sure if the price went down, you can get reimbursed for that. And then also if your cruise ship goes down, the prices, they will give you credit you that. So
Yeah, which is cool. We do
I know
like
that's
that
for
part.
Royal Caribbean. I don't know about the rest of them, but
Mm.
and
So
I
what
will
about
tell you,
hold on? What about Carnival?
we don't do Carnival. We did it as a couple, but I don't.
Yeah, not with the kids.
I will tell you as well with Disney cruise, we found that the cheapest time was that we have September break,
Hmm.
and that was probably the cheapest time to go on the Disney cruise. It was like a little bit half the price than it would have been for us to go like December, and that was around the Halloween, like they decorate the boat and
Oh
Halloween experience.
yeah,
So
Disney
it's a fun
Halloween. Yeah.
cruise,
Hmm.
but just for us and the kids. We just find we love the activities. The private island on Disney was okay,
Hmm.
but then when you got to the private island on Royal Caribbean, you were like, Oh yeah.
Oh, now
Yeah,
this is a
this is
private
it.
island.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So number
All
two,
right,
what you got?
number two is gonna be Portugal.
Portugal. I did like
Yes.
Portugal. I did.
I love Portugal. Well, I like Portugal. Portugal was a great one.
Hmm.
A lot of history, a lot of just culture. The people were really nice.
Hmm.
Transportation's easy to get around. You can get a Uber or a Bolt. Very inexpensive. The
Hmm.
most expensive thing is getting over there. But once you get there, well, I will say the hotels were a little bit more
Yeah,
pricey than
they're
other
pricey
places
over
we
there. Yeah.
gone to.
Hmm.
But for the culture and the experience, it was great. And to go from one part of Portugal to the next part, we went from Lisbon to Porto,
Hmm.
and we were able to take a cool train ride.
Yeah,
So
a
that
high
was a lot
speed
of fun.
train.
High speed.
The thing I liked about Portugal, and we didn't even again we didn't even see the whole country, but
Mm-mm.
it's the fact that like when you're coming from the States, realizing how another country has been there for so many years and the infrastructure that they have, even though they went through a fire, but the infrastructure that's in there, and knowing that we were on a bullet train. It's not a bullet, well, it's a fast train. There's a high speed train going over like 123 miles an hour, 3 hours in or 3.5 hours in a direction to get to a completely different part of the country, and it looks so different, but again you still see that rich history. I think that was really cool. Like the kids really like that.
Yeah, they really
It
love
was
that.
like a good vibe to it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
different, but it's a good vibe,
And I will say, if your kids, you have to know your kids. So if like
yeah,
they don't want to learn about history and stuff like that, it's gonna be a might be a
it
boring
might
trip
be
for them.
boring, yeah.
But if they want to learn about that, and it also depends on the time of the year you go. So we
Hmm.
went in November. A reason we went in November one was because it was a lot cheaper. We
Yeah,
tried to book that trip in the summertime and it was ridiculous. It was like four times the price.
it was.
So we usually, when we do travel, we try to travel and be mindful of the prices because we like, when we go places, we like to do a lot of things.
Hmm.
We don't like to just get someplace and be stuck,
You know,
you
or
know?
suck, or just chill in the room and just like kind of
Yeah.
just watch TV.
Yeah, no, we
No,
like
we
to get
like to
out and
get
we
out
like to
and
explore. So
get after it.
we find deals, Hotwire, and all these other things. So I will say that. But the time in November, it was a lot cheaper. The
Hmm.
weather wasn't bad.
It was a whole.
Like you just needed like a coat and you were fine.
Mhm.
And the people were friendly. It was beautiful because it was around Christmas, so you got to see all the
Yeah,
decorations, all these markets, the Christmas markets and stuff like that that were there. We did some tours and stuff. So Portugal, put it on your list.
definitely put it on the list. I would say also one thing I
Hmm.
want to add: the food in Portugal was really good too. Depending on like the fresh seafood and stuff, was really good. In Porto, she said no. However,
It was okay.
In Porto, that's what we had some of the best
Yeah,
steak.
the
Yeah,
Porto. I like Porto's
yeah.
food a little bit
But the
better.
seafood was good. I
The
do
seafood
enjoy.
was really good.
Uh huh.
There was some hit or miss. Like
Hmm.
it wasn't like I absolutely love the food.
Yeah.
There was some hits or miss.
It's a miss.
If you can go, I would say try to go for a longer period of time,
Hmm.
and maybe fly from there to like Spain or somewhere else
Yeah, because
because
you're in Europe at that point.
that's where you get the bang for your buck. So if you can go, I know it's harder with kids,
Hmm.
but if you can go for longer periods of time and kind of figure out how to travel from this place to this place,
Hmm.
that's when it really pays off.
Yeah.
Like when you can go over there.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, our kids, they got to go back to school.
They gotta
So,
go to school. They
yeah,
got stuff to
life
do.
is life, and after that. All right, number one, I
Number
think
one, you
if you
guys
know
should know.
us and you watch our videos,
You should
Thailand.
know.
Like,
Yes, Thailand is still on
yeah,
top of the list for one of the most epic and best places that we've ever visited
we've ever
so
been
far.
so far.
So far,
I
so
don't know.
far.
It's gonna be hard to
I don't
beat
know. There's a
there
lot of other countries we got
because
to
you
see
know what I
more.
love about Thailand
Hmm.
was that you got a little bit of everything
You
in
did.
one.
You did.
We got from Bangkok in the city to Phuket, the beaches, the beauty of that. Then you got the mountainside. So there was something for everyone and
Yeah,
no one got bored. There was
that's true.
something to do. Like, okay, our kids were done with temples after day two, but
Or
other
three.
than day three, they were like, okay,
Enough
not
is
another
enough.
temple. But it was just beautiful. We did boat rides.
Hmm.
We played with elephants and took care of them.
Yeah. Fed
We
them, bathed
fed
them.
them.
Yeah. Hmm.
We went snorkeling. We went up to the mountainside. It was absolutely the best trip. And the people were hands down the most friendliest
Yeah.
people
And
in the
kind.
world.
And kind.
They were so kind and just, so loving to the kids. The kids just felt so free.
Hmm.
Even that's like one of their comments when we went, they compared Portugal and Thailand, they were just like, the people were just so much nicer.
Yeah, they were
Even
nicer.
though people say people in Portugal are nice, they were just
They were. It's like,
on another
look,
level.
it was like kind of like if you're in the South, Chick-fil-A nice.
Yeah, it was
Versus,
just so sweet.
what else we could say? Zaxby's nice. I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't know. McDonald's.
McDonald's nice.
Yeah. So
yeah.
if you can get there, again, we went in November.
Mm-hmm.
November, it was a lot inexpensive to go during that time.
Yeah.
Once the most expensive part was just getting there.
Just get in there.
Yeah. And I will say, pick a good flight. Like ANA, hands down, love them. KLM, didn't care for it, you know. So
KLM to yeah. We'll just leave it that way.
I didn't really care for KLM, but I love ANA. So that was that. If you can go during November, it's a good time because the weather is perfect. It's about 75, 80 degrees, not too hot. So you're not dying of the heat. It's not the smoky season, not the rainy season. So if you are going to go, just be mindful that they do have different times of the year that things are happening.
Correct.
The smoky season, they're burning crops from the rice crops, right?
Yeah, in Chiang Mai. So again, that's what they do to cultivate the land for the next crop that they're going to plant. So they burn it, but the burning the downwind goes to Bangkok and to the major cities and causes a lot of air quality issues.
Yeah,
there.
so if you have like
wanna watch
asthma
that.
and stuff like that. But I've heard from people that it's just not enjoyable to be there because you're wearing a face mask. A lot of people stay inside. So just think about that, you know.
Definitely want to think about that.
Yeah, and in the summertime, I've heard it's extremely hot.
Yeah.
So it's all up to you, but just do your research. All right.
Wait, well, hold on a second. We can't leave off Thailand yet.
Okay.
The thing that you guys had a really, I know I mentioned food in Portugal, but the food in Thailand, let me explain to you.
And I don't even like I didn't think that I liked like any kind of like Thai food, Asian food.
I was against that. I was like, we going to Thailand and you don't like the food?
Yeah,
like,
I was just like, I'll just eat. I'll have smoothies and whatever and fruit. I went over there and I tried that food and I was like, oh.
This is good.
Bring it.
This is good. The only thing that you will not get when you're there, and it's something that again we were just we figured it out. It was steaks. Like beef was not common to come around. Like a really good steak, we didn't come around that a lot. I remember when Chris
it was more
saying,
like we
it
did
wasn't
like seafood.
but the
stuff
seafood
like that.
and all that stuff is like they just take it out the water, boom, it's on your plate.
Yeah.
Like you just,
So
I just saw that.
Good.
So,
And don't be afraid to go off the beaten path.
Oh gosh,
Like,
yeah. Just
if
do
you
it,
watch,
do it.
we'll put some videos.
Yeah, I'll link the video to Thailand so you can kind of see what we went. Oh, it was some good stuff. Yeah. And it's so cheap.
So
that
cheap.
was the thing.
Okay.
The food is cheap. So go ahead. What
I'm
else you
gonna
got?
give you a bonus.
Wait, why we have a bonus? That was it. We just have one. That was one. We hit one.
No, we're gonna do a bonus. So I'm gonna tell a bonus because I know we're flying everywhere and taking everybody on a plane to get there. But here's a bonus for those people who live in the States and who want to just drive. And spring break is coming up because I think this would be a perfect spring break trip if you're not going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And this is go to Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
We had one of the best family vacations in Dallas, Texas.
We did.
And this is from a person, we had to go for Jason again. He was going for work. And I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I was like, come on, just
We
go
don't want
to
to go.
Texas.
Carter was like, oh, I want to go to Texas. And I was like,
all
I
about
rolled
Dude
my
Perfect. That's
eyes
why.
the whole time.
You
I didn't
did.
want to go. And so
You
I started
did.
doing some research.
And he was like, wait a
Any of
minute.
these places, you got to do research. There's so much to do. We went to a banging epic, it's called Epic Water Park.
And this is in Grand Prairie,
Grand
Texas.
Prairie. And that's where you need to stay. And we will do a whole video on this in a second.
It's going to drop.
It'll drop.
Eventually.
But just little nuggets. So Grand Prairie, went to Epic Water Parks. There's a Boulder Park. There are just regular parks are some of the best parks we've ever been to. Like they put so much into that. So many outdoor activities to do. Hands down. Texas, yep, you got it. If you're looking to go somewhere and you don't want to drive, don't knock Texas. I would rather go to Texas than back to Orlando. I think the kids would too.
They would.
Unless we're going to Universal. Atlanta?
Yeah, because we went to what did we do first? Did we go to Orlando first and then
We've
Texas?
always gone to Orlando, and then
Yeah, you're
Texas
right.
was like, okay, and we will go back to Texas.
We'll go back to Texas. Now I would say this is Texas. So
Texas
it
is expensive.
hot. It's expensive and it's hot.
Yeah,
It's hot.
because our tolls.
The tolls were insane.
I think we spent like, if we added up, it was almost like 300. Two something.
Two something. But I mean,
Just
you
in
drive
tolls.
a lot and you do burn through gas. That's the only thing.
Gas was we burned through a lot of gas.
But the thing, what I like about Texas is that, it somebody would.
Wait, let's save it for our video. We got to save Texas for a video.
Man, I was about to give it
Don't
away.
give it away.
I can't give it away.
So you got to watch again for the next Texas video. All right. Well, those are our top 5 plus a bonus. So if you've enjoyed this and you are thinking about traveling with your kids, families, friends, anyone, go ahead and take a look. Share this with someone. Please like, subscribe, and share so we know that you really enjoy these videos and which videos we should make next.
Correct. And this also helps our videos be pushed out to more people who have similar interests like you guys. So go ahead and like, subscribe,
and share with someone. Share it. Yeah, share with your mama.
Share it with your mama.
Yeah, and tell her to like it.
Share it with somebody.
Share with your mama. Share with your mama. All right, guys, enjoy.
Yeah, see you on the next one.
Thanks for coming on a journey with us.